right. Have you ever wondered whether or not an upgrade in your video equipment really makes that big of a difference? I mean, a different microphone, a different camera, lighting, how much can it actually change things? You're going to find out today. That's what this is all about. We are going to talk about well, we're basically going to do a show and tell. We're not even going to talk about it. We're going to do a show and tell so you can see and hear for yourself on whether or not any of these things really truly makes a difference in your videos. Are you ready? All right. So for those of you that are new to this group, my name is Jamie Hain, and I am a Get on Camera coach. I help you do just that. Get on camera. And just to give you a warning, I am not a technical person. I do not pretend to be technical. I do not want to be technical, but I love tech stuff. I love cameras and microphones and things like that. So, what does all that mean? You're not going to get a whole lot of techno bumbo jumbo in this live video today. You're not going to get specifications. I'm not going to talk way over your head. I'm going to talk about super simple stuff that you can plug and play. But that's also a fair warning that if you got questions for me and you ask, I may not know the answer, but I will definitely point you in the right direction. How's that? Is that fair? Okay. The other warning I want to give you is that I'm going to give you a bunch of links today, and all of those links are affiliate links. What is an affiliate link? So glad you asked. An affiliate link is an Amazon link. You don't pay any more for the item that you buy, but the seller gives me a teeny tiny little bit of money for promoting that particular product. It's a great way to help support me and my business without paying anything extra. So, all right, now that that's over, all of the warnings have been officially given. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. All right, I want to ask a question first and foremost. What are you using right now today for your videos? So if you will type it in comments, tell me, are you just using your cell phone to go live, or are you using a laptop and just what's integrated, what comes with the laptop? Do you have an extra microphone or an extra camera or extra lighting, or just give me a sense of what you currently are using in the comments. Now, while you're typing that, I'm going to talk a little bit about, do you really have to make these upgrades? Is it really required to do these things? The short answer is no. You don't have to upgrade a single thing. You can just keep going live using your camera, using your laptop. Anything works. Use what you've got. What we're exploring today is whether or not an upgrade to any of those pieces and parts really makes a difference. And only you can answer that question. But you're going to get to see and hear for yourself today to see whether or not it's worth that add on, if you will. Okay. Now, the other question that comes up a lot is, does it really make a difference? Like, really? Does it really make a difference? Here's how I'm going to answer that question outside of the show and tell that we're going to do. If you are somebody who lacks confidence and you don't like how you look on camera, you don't like how you sound on camera, it can make a difference. It might be the difference that makes you go, oh, wow, now I'm going to go live more because I look better, I sound better. So those parts and pieces could be worth the upgrade alone, just your own confidence and feeling good about it. The other thing it can do is it can impact your viewers. So we've all been watched videos where the sound is just, or you can't hear, or it's glitching out, or it's just hard to see or hear. And so what do? You probably leave. And maybe you don't come back and watch any other videos because you think all of those videos must be that same way. So that upgrade in those parts and pieces can make a difference to your viewers as well as to yourself. Okay. Let's see what we got in the comments before we dive in. So I've got tablet, laptop, and microphone. Okay. So an external microphone, Sarah, I'm guessing. Not just whatever comes standard on the tablet or laptop. Okay. Steph says regular laptop camera and iPhone. Excellent. Cell and laptop, just basic equipment. Okay. Sounds like everybody's you're in the perfect place because you've got just what came with that device. And now you were looking at, okay, what do we do different? How do we make this better? Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is internet. And while you might not necessarily think this is equipment, it really can make a difference in your videos, especially your lives. So, internet, again, this we're not going to talk tech stuff, but the thing that's most important with your internet, there's two things. Number one is your upload speed. Your upload speed. Now, if you're like, my what? How do I do that? I thought this wasn't going to be tech stuff. Yeah, who knows? But here's the deal in your internet, you got download speeds when you're downloading a video that you want to watch, and upload speed is when you're putting stuff up for other people to watch. It's as simple as it gets. Your upload speed on your internet matters when you're going live. So, how do you test to see? You can ask your provider, that's first and foremost, or you can run a speed test. And let me show you what that looks like. Hold on here. It takes me a second to get my screen up. The one that I really like is it's Ookla is the company that does this. It's free. It's speedtest.net. And you just run a test. I already ran this because I didn't want to run it while we were live and suck up bandwidth. But you're going to get two reports. You're going to get the download speed and the upload speed. Okay. And you see ranges in here. What you're looking for on your upload speed is you consistently want to be 8 or 10 at a minimum if you're going live. If you're in the 4 range, you're going to have glitchiness. Okay. Anything more than that, like this is 22, is ideal. That's where you want to go. Okay. Now, some of you may have the gig or fiber. That's even above and beyond. This is just your regular internet, and these are the speeds that I'm getting, and it works just fine for me. Okay. Come on. Okay. The other thing that matters with internet is whether or not you're using Wi-Fi or you're directly connected. Now, when you're using your cell phone, that's cell phone speed, unless you're connecting your cell phone to your Wi-Fi in your home. But on your internet, you're going to get better. Think of it like how smooth that interaction is between your uploading of the video, you're going live, you're streaming, and getting it to the internet. Okay. If you're using Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi can be interrupted and it can be inconsistent, especially depending on how far away you are from your Wi-Fi or how many walls or floors are in between you and your Wi-Fi box. So, what you may want to do when you go live is actually plug with a cable, those blue network cables from your Wi-Fi box, wherever it is, into your laptop. Now, for those of you that are on a Mac, you got to get an adapter because there's no plug for that. And you can buy those just on Amazon. Okay, so that's internet. Now let's get into the fun stuff. I mean, not that internet isn't fun, but I'm just saying. Let us talk a little bit about webcams. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a heads up here before we even get started. There is a resource page. I'm going to pull it up here. I dropped the link up above on my website where I'm going to have all the links to the different things that we're going to talk about today. So don't worry about grabbing it all right now. I'm going to give you that link. It's up there for your use. You can come back to it easily enough. Okay. Let's talk about webcams. Your integrated webcam. And let's do this just to make this easier. From now on, we're just going to talk about laptops, okay? Because for the most part, when you're going live on your phone, you're probably not going to use an external webcam on your phone. You're just going to use what comes with your phone. Microphones, that's different. We'll talk about that. Okay, so a webcam is the little dot that you see on your laptop. That is an integrated webcam. It means it's built inside of the laptop. The quality of that webcam is not great. It's not bad. Depending on how old your laptop is, might be pretty darn good. An upgrade is when you buy a USB camera like this. Let me show you what this looks like. Hold on a second. Takes a second to pull up my screen again. Okay. So here is my website. We're just going to go into equipment. Okay, this is a USB webcam, either of these two. It just sits on top of your laptop and it's got a little cord that plugs into a USB. That's what we're talking about, okay? Let me show you the difference. So what I'm using right now is a Logitech webcam. It's plugged into my USB camera. Let me show you what it looks like if I change it to just the integrated one. So I'm going to ask you if you can tell the difference. Oops, sorry, I'm moving it around because it's blocking my other one. Okay. You tell me if you can see the difference. It's going to take me a second to change it. Are you ready? Okay. Do you see a difference? What difference do you see between what was and what's now? You should see a quality issue. I look a little fuzzier, maybe not as crystal clear. You should see a lighting difference between them. It's not quite as bright. Yes, Cassandra says you were clearer before. Oops. Yep, absolutely. Much clearer before. That's the difference. Lighting. You see the lighting change too. Okay, so let's switch back. See if you can notice it when I switch back. Pretty big difference. Yeah, I would agree. Wow, big difference and not as crisp. You got it. So that is the difference between the two. Now, when you look at different types of, let me go back to that again. Sharing my screen always takes me a second. Okay, so on my website, I just have two different webcams. I'm talking about these first two here. Difference in price, $70 versus $170. You're talking about $100 difference in price. What is the difference? Remember, we're not doing tech stuff here. This camera here, that's what I use. That's what I have right now. Now, I didn't pay $70 for it because it's a few years old. I paid more like this for it a few years ago, but it's now $70. It works fine, as you can see. What does the next step up give me? It's going to give you an even clearer picture. It's going to let in more light because the quality of the camera, the glass around the camera is better. That particular one also has software that allows you to change your view. So how wide is this angle and how much of your background do you show? It also allows you to blur your background a little bit. So those are the differences. Okay. So we've talked about webcams. Let us move on and talk about microphones. Okay. So I am using, you see this little microphone right here? It hooks around my ears and it plugs into my USB. The reason I like it is I can move around and I'm not stuck with this microphone that's stationary. It moves with me. Okay. And I personally, you see podcasters and they have it and it like hangs here or it sits in front of them. It's great for podcasting, but when you're doing a live video, I don't like the big thing that's in the way. So for me, it just is in the way. This is easier for me. But there are pros and cons because the other microphones sound a little bit better than what this one does. You ready to hear the difference? First thing I'm going to show you is the difference just between having an external microphone and just what comes standard on your laptop. You ready to hear the difference? Okay, let's switch it. Okay, so you're hearing me right now on this microphone. Let's switch it. Now you are hearing me on this microphone. Do you hear the difference in the quality of the sound between my nice microphone and the one that's integrated into my laptop? This about sums it up. Ugh. Now, if you didn't hear the other way, you might not have known that there was a difference. Okay. And Cassandra's got it right. There's a lot more background noise. There's some reverb. Yes, because think about it like this. Definitely near and far away for sure. You guys got it. Okay. So what's happening is, let me switch back because I about can't handle it. So let me switch back. Hold on. For those of you that missed it, I'm switching back. Let's see what you think. Okay, now I'm back on this microphone. You might not know that's the difference if that's all you ever hear is that one. But you should hear a big difference in, I always say, when you have an external microphone, it sounds like butter. You know what I'm talking about? Just like smooth and deep and rich. That's the difference that you can achieve. And if you really think about it like this. Inside your laptop, that little teeny microphone that's in your laptop, it's inside a machine surrounded by other things. So of course you're going to have echoes and reverb and noise, and it's not going to be the same quality as when you have something closer to your mouth. Okay, the closer it is to your mouth, the better sound's going to be. So you can either get a microphone like this that hooks behind your ear. You can use earbuds. Keep in mind though, your earbuds, your microphone's still back here, far away from your mouth. Okay, you can get the USB that's like a microphone stand. The only challenge is you got to keep it near you if you like to move around. So those are the differences between the microphones. Okay, so you guys are seeing and hearing big differences. Which do you think is more dramatic, the webcam difference or the microphone difference? Tell me which one is bigger for you. Here's the biggest update or the biggest tip that I can give you. Even if you just upgrade and buy a USB camera, you're going to get an upgraded microphone inside that upgraded camera. It's still not going to be to this extent, but it is going to be better. So if you can't afford both, right? And you're like, which one's more important? You guys are, look at this. Look at this. It's so far, everybody is saying microphone. Look at this. Everybody says the sound is more important. Okay. You all have spoken. You've said it. Love it. All right, let's move on and let's talk about sticks and stands. Now, I know you might have been like, no, 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 lighting. We're going to do that last because I'm going to move lights around, and then I wanted that to be the last thing. So let's talk about the importance of sticks and stands. What the heck am I talking about? Primarily, I'm talking about a selfie stick that you can use as a tripod. Why is that important? So if you're using your phone, do not let me forget, we got to come back to microphones on this. If you are using your phone and you are just holding your phone, that sucker gets heavy after a period of time. So if you can actually have some sort of stand so that you can be hands-free with your cell phone, that is worth the investment. And you got a couple of options. The first one is called a flip stick. I love my little flip stick. They come in all sorts of different colors. They're like 15 bucks. And you can use it as a kickstand. Okay, like that. Or this part is sticky and you can wash it off and it re-sticks. They say thousands of sticks. And you just stick this to your window, to your refrigerator, to your door, to your cabinet, to wherever, and then you are hands-free and you've got it at the right height. You don't have to worry about a stand or a stick. Okay, so that's one option. It's called a flip stick. The other option is to get a tripod. Where is my tripod? Oh, here it is. Hold on, hold on. This is, folds down, it's compact. So you can store it anyway in a desk drawer. You can throw it in your purse. And it is an extendable one. That's what you want, extendable. Okay, so your phone flips or sticks in here, and you can do it either way, horizontal or vertical, depending on what you're doing. If you're going live, it's one way. If you're recording videos, it's another. So your phone goes in here. Okay, now you can either use it as a selfie stick and hold it still, or you have options where you can make it stand. Now that can go on a countertop, it can go on your desk, it can go wherever you want it to be. Now the cool part about one of these, and a couple of tips in buying one, is that if you have an external webcam, it can clip on here too. If I pull it off, then it's going to get all winky and won't be able to see. But imagine this is my USB camera, my external camera. I can clip it on here, and then it's the same thing. Okay, that's really nice if I want to have my notes on this side and my camera on this side. Nice little feature for you, okay? The other thing that's nice, this one has a little light, which is good. Most important though, the light is give or take. If those of you that have glasses, you're never going to use the light because it just gives you alien eyes and it doesn't work. Same way a ring light works. But you want a remote, because if you set this camera up and you have it away from you and you're ready to start, you don't want to be reaching in to hit the button all the time. You want a little bit of remote to start and stop. Okay, so make sure whatever stick you get that you have a little remote. Okay, I mentioned ring lights. I'm not a fan of ring lights. I know, don't shoot the messenger. There are a couple of challenges with ring lights. Number one, if you have glasses, it just doesn't work. It's just the way that a ring light works is, imagine this, and you have a ring of light around it. Your phone goes in the center, and then you're lit up all the way around 360 degrees around your face, which is lovely. But if you have glasses, what it gives you is alien eyes in the middle of your glasses. You have horrible reflection there, which is just not, it's just not pleasing. The other challenge with ring lights is they were designed for, honestly, the makeup industry. And there can be so much light that it blows you out. You guys know what I'm talking about when you think about somebody and a video they appear blown out, their features appear blown out. A lot of people like it because they feel like it makes them have flawless skin, which it does. But the reality is the flaws and the shadows make us human, and that is relatable. If you're in the makeup industry, it's great, but perfection is not necessarily a requirement when you're going live and talking to your people, unless you're selling makeup. Okay, so that's a little bit on ring lights that are stands. Okay. I don't think there's anything else on sticks and stands. This is the most important tool. These are really, like this particular one, I think this is 12 bucks. So that's a really cheap investment to give you a whole lot of functionality. I think the flip sticks, I think you get 2 for 15 bucks. Every once in a while they'll do a sale, but I think if you just buy one, they're like 10 bucks, 12 bucks, something like that. Okay. So the other option is you can get sticks that clip onto your desk. So let's say this is your desk. They clip on and screw, and then you can bolt different things all over the place. Those are really valuable if you're getting into even higher tech items like a DSLR camera or light or whatever else. I know, $12, Stephanie. See? It's crazy. It's crazy. So cheap. Okay, the question is, do they come with the remote or it's separate? It comes with it. And let me give you this tip. You want to buy one that comes with it. The one on my website is this exact one, and it comes with the little remote. You want to make sure that it has a place for that remote to stick. I have bought these in the past with a separate remote that didn't have a little caddy home. This is like, and you lose it. Now you've got a flip stick, or you've got a tripod, and you're like, where is the dang remote? Who knows? Because there was no home base for it. So you want to make sure it has a home base for it. Okay. Not a separate. You can, if you already have a stick and you don't want to buy a new stick, you can just buy a remote. They're Bluetooth. But for 15 bucks, you can spend up to 30, 40, 50 bucks for these. I'm sure they're even more expensive, but that's why I like Amazon, because you can buy it and try it. If you don't like it, you can very easily return it, which I have done with many a stick. Okay, let me see if there are any other questions on sticks. Okay, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. The other thing I wanted to go back for a second to, oops, hold on. I wanted to go back for a second to microphones. You can upgrade the microphone on your cell phone. It's basically, I don't have one handy. I don't think I have one. It basically plugs in to the bottom of your phone, and it's a lapel microphone that you put right here. And it really does work and make a difference in your sound. Not as great as something like this. And by the way, this kind of a headset you can plug into your phone as well, so it can play double duty. You just want to make sure as you're buying your microphone, where are you going to use it? Do you want to use it in multiple places, and just wanting to make sure that it works that way? Okay. The other thing I wanted to touch on is I mentioned DSLR cameras. And if anybody caught that, you were like, what? What are you talking about? Let me show you. So if you've ever watched any of the bigwigs, any of the gurus, and their videos are like they're sitting right in front of you, that image is so real and lifelike, like it's almost HD quality. You know what I'm talking about, right? Chances are they are using their like a regular DSLR camera. I'm pulling it up here. One of these bad boys, a DSLR camera, as a webcam. And it can be done. I will tell you, it is not just plug and play. You got to have a box. You got to have software. You have settings to control. You've got to integrate your mic in the right way. Otherwise, it doesn't match. So it is a lot of work. I will tell you, I love it. I love mine. But right now it's in my closet because this camera gets me 90% of the way through. Generally, what I find is this: when I'm just going live and doing these or my Beyond the Camera show, this external webcam is all that I need. If you're recording, like pre-recording courses for a course that you're going to sell or a membership, then that may be when you want to upgrade to a nicer, like a Canon DSLR camera that you actually record video on. You can use it as a webcam. I'm just warning you in advance. A lot of work. A lot of tech stuff. If you're not a tech person, it's a challenge. Okay. Let's see what else. We're gonna go into lights, but let me check comments and see if there are any other questions. Hang on here. Okay. Another question is, love the stick, but does it extend to standing height? This one, this is what, maybe 3 feet? Okay. So it wouldn't be standing height. It would be, maybe sitting height. If you're sitting on a chair, you could, it would definitely be the right height if you're sitting on a chair. You can buy stand up versions. Um, they typically don't have telescoping because this is a selfie stick combo, but you can actually buy a stand that is standing height. It just doesn't usually have the adjustable base, but those do exist. Good question, Steph. Next question is, how about a GoPro? You can absolutely use a GoPro as a webcam for sure. Our GoPros, do they plug in USB? I'm not sure. That may be a little on the tech side if you've got to have an adapter to make it work as a webcam. But you can absolutely do it. I've seen people do it. In fact, people, again, I'm going to the masters, the gurus, and they often have like an overhead shot. You know what I'm talking about? So they have one camera angle and it's like, I'm talking to you. And then the next, like, oh, they flip a switch and now the camera angle is like down on the desktop and they're writing on something. A lot of times they are using a GoPro that they have mounted to the ceiling and connected in for that camera view. Pretty cool, huh? I think it's pretty cool. Okay. Let's move on and talk about lighting. Okay. Here's the deal with lights. You need it. Let me show you what I would look like if I did not have any lights on. Are you ready? This is what my live would look like if I didn't. And imagine that off too. I'm not going to get up and shut that off. But if I did my live without any lights, this is how it would look. What do you think? Might not notice a difference if you hadn't seen it this way. Difference, huh? Mm-hmm. Now, I just have lamps. Like literally, they are table lamps. That's it. It works. All you're trying to do is light up the area around you. Light up your face. I have 2 because if you just have one, then what happens is you can be kind of thrown into shadow. See the shadowing? Might be easier this way. Just not as good. Okay. So you're seeing a difference. Okay. You can also upgrade and buy photography grade lights. And there are lots of different ones out there. I'm going to tell you about my favorite one. But I want to first talk about the question in here about bulbs. Okay. Here's what you want to do with your lights. Practice with different colored lights. It's all going to depend on what your natural light is and what you need to do. But you know how when you go into like a Home Depot or a Lowe's and they have all their bulbs and there's some that are like bright white and then there's one that's more blue and then there's one that's more yellow and there's one that's just the tone of the light. So the best thing that you can do is buy one of each and see which works better. See which one gives you the color of skin tone that you're most comfortable with. I happen to like the ones that are more on the yellow side because I think without light, I tend to be more blue. And then when I add yellow light in, rather than turning green or something else, it makes me appear more normal skin tone versus bright white. You've all seen videos of people who are bright white. And it's like, whoa, it's extreme. Okay. So sometimes they call them daylight bulbs. Those I like those the best, but that's just my personal preference. Okay. Ideally, if you can find a lamp, and I'm just talking about a lamp, regular lamp, that allows you to change the tone and the intensity, like that's a win. And here's why that's important. It depends on what time of day it is, and it depends on what's going on outside. That's all going to emit different colored and different intensity of light. And so if you have a lamp that you can change that on, then you can counteract what's going on outside. So I will tell you, if it's rainy and dreary out, I have a heck of a time getting my light right. I can never get it bright enough inside to offset when it's dark, dreary, rainy. Same thing happens when it's evening or morning and it's dark out. It's really hard to get good light in those cases. So you either adjust the time you go live and wait for that to change a little bit, or you might need to bring in more light. Okay. The other thing that I will share on lights is an ideal placement. You want them either to the sides or up above. You don't want it necessarily right in front of you because it starts to blow out your features. You see that? See where it's a little more blown out, more intense? Not that you would stand there and do live with your camera, but or with your lamp in your hand. All you're wanting to do is light up your face a little bit more. Okay. Now let's talk for a quick second about different types of lamps. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my website screen here again. Hold on while I screen share. Okay, so I literally have table lamp in here, not because I suspect you're going to buy this lamp, but that I'm wanting to remind you that sometimes that's all you need. The same lamp that you have in your bedroom or your living room, bring it into your office during the day and use it to light up your face and your lives. It can be as simple as that. You can get just little clip-on lights like this. This just clips on if you want to clip it onto your cell phone or clip it onto your laptop. And then you can get really nice lights. Let's open this one up. Okay. This is like ideal. So this has a bottom where it clips onto your desk. And then the light itself is more filtered and you have options. Let's see if any of these show it. I don't think it will. Yeah, you have options to change how intense the light is and the color of the light. So these are really nice. I love these. I this is what I have in my closet. I don't even pull them out, mostly because they're a little bit big and bulky, but they're a little bit more pricey. 200 bucks a piece, give or take. And if you want two of them, that starts to add up a little bit. You can get box lights. Any kind of photography light is going to work. The best kinds are ones that you can adjust the color and the intensity, and the ones that you can adjust the height and where you want them, especially if you're somebody with glasses, because you want to get them up and out of your way, not right in your face. Okay. Do you have any questions about lights? Do you see the difference in lighting? So earlier I asked whether or not you saw a bigger difference between camera and microphone, and you all voted with sound. You said microphone was the biggest difference. How about lighting? Does lighting take over microphone and sound, or you guys would still vote for sound is the most important? I would tell you if I had to pick which one to go to next, like if you have, you're just going on your straight laptop with what comes with it, I would tell you to upgrade your camera because you're going to get a better quality sound with that upgraded camera. Next, I would tell you microphone, simply because you can use table lamps to improve your lighting. So I would put like buying an expensive photography lamp or light as last. But I'm assuming you can just bring in, a lamp like this to light yourself up. But it doesn't look the best from my view. I got two different lamps. They don't even go, and they're taking up space on my table. So it's a hard toss up. Okay. So you guys, okay, there's a question here. Where do you place your lamp again? Do you have glasses, Facebook user? If you have glasses, you want to get them off to the sides or up. You don't want it in your view or you're going to get bad glare. Okay, let me show you. See if I don't know that I can emulate this. I'm trying to give you glare. Okay, see yeah, I can't fake my way through it. But the best thing you can do is to the sides or up. 45-degree angle up. You don't want it directly in your face. Ideally, you want lights on both sides of you, because if you just have one, it sometimes is not enough light and you can get some icky shading, which may not make you look so great. Okay. Okay. Okay, you guys are saying lighting is important, but you're kind of like me. It's like, oh, I don't know, lights versus sound. It's a toss-up. I agree. It is a toss-up. It can be hard. It can be hard. Okay. while you guys are thinking of other questions that you might have, I've got some, I want to give you a little bit of heads up on things that you can expect inside this group. Then I've got homework for you, because what kind of coach would I be if I didn't give you homework? And then I will wrap us up. So we'll talk here for probably another 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll wrap up for the day, unless you guys have questions. Okay. So what I want to know, let's just assume for a second that money is no object. Money is no object. Okay. Of all the things you've seen today, which one would you invest in first? Tell me which one you would invest in first. I'm not going to hold you to it. I'm not requiring you to make an upgrade. I just want to know, of all the things: internet, webcam, microphone, light, sticks, flip sticks, all the stuff and things, which one speaks to you the most? Which one are you like, I got to put that on my list? That's got to happen. I got to know. I need to know. All right, let's see if you guys have questions. Okay, microphone seems to be the winning choice. Interesting. Okay, here's the question. How do I change Facebook user? Up above where my video is, in the text, you may have to scroll. There's a section that says you must give StreamYard permission to see your name. You click on that once, and then every time you join me, it should automatically know who you are. So basically, I'm streaming from a software called StreamYard, and it has to have permission from Facebook to share your name. It's a security safety measure. That's why. But usually you just have to do it once. And once you tell StreamYard, yeah, it's okay to share my name anytime, you should be good to go. Okay, a lot of you just use simple desk lamps. Yes, that's all you need. And a dimmer. Yes, you got it. Different light bulb. That may be the cheapest investment you can make. Okay, microphone seems to be the biggest. Look at this. 3 of you saying microphone. Very interesting to me. Okay, microphone. I'm assuming this is in order. Microphone first, then webcam, then selfie stick, then flip stick, then lights. Or maybe you're going to buy them all. I don't know. Maybe it's all of those different things. Yeah, this is exactly what I would agree. If you can upgrade your USB camera, you get a better microphone too. It is a 2-for-1 kind of special. So if that's what I would tell you, that's what I would tell you to do as well. Okay. Let me tell you what's coming up. So February is the month of love. So we are all talking about loving yourself. Okay. Everything that we're going to do inside of the Beyond the Camera show, so that's the Friday show where we bring in guest experts, it's all going to be about self-care and self-love and loving yourself and getting rid of the guilt. We've got some amazing speakers coming up. I cannot wait. Fridays, is Sandy Bartlett, and she's going to talk about why self-care is a necessity and not a luxury. So definitely tune in if you need some tips on that. And then we've got 2 more speakers coming up in February. So 3 speakers total in that Beyond the Camera, all about these kinds of same things. The other thing that I will share is every Thursday, just like this one, same time, same place, in the month of February, and actually a little bit into March, it's all going to be about boosting your confidence and managing your nerves. So if you are somebody who gets nervous when you go live at just the thought of going live, you're about to get a free masterclass on managing your nerves and boosting your confidence and feeling better about yourself so that you go live more. So you're definitely going to want to mark your calendars for every Thursday in February, and then the first Thursday in March. So it's going to be really an awesome series, if you will. Okay, a couple more questions have come in. Okay. Oh, okay. So I've got a headset with noise canceling. Got it. But you're wanting to bring in some music, and you can't include music when you're live. Okay, so here's the deal. There are lots of legal requirements around copyright of music, so you have to be really careful there, because just because you own rights to that piece of music, because you bought the song, doesn't give you rights to use the song for business. So you got to be careful with that. And I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not giving out lawyerly advice. So check into that, do some research into that. You can't just play your own Spotify list. Doesn't work. Now, you can send a link to a Spotify playlist and let them all play their own Spotify, but then everybody's going to have different music playing at different times. So that doesn't always work. Um, the easiest way to do it is through a streaming software like I have, which is StreamYard. This is StreamYard. You have music options. So I can come in here and I can play background music. We can play. I can turn it up. See, it's just background music. So, and those come free and they're all legal and you don't have any issue. But if you're wanting to play your own music, that's where you just have to be a little bit careful. Good question. Okay, what is the difference between a flip stick and a selfie stick? Good question. Flip stick, this is a flip stick. Okay, it's a little stand. This is sticky. You can stick it on refrigerators, windows, cabinets. It doesn't work really well on a wall, especially if it's a textured wall. It falls off. But they claim you get 1,000 stickies. So that's a flip stick. This is a selfie stick or a tripod because you want it to have this on the bottom so it stands up. Okay, good question. All right. Okay, that's it for questions. Let me wrap you all up then. Here is your homework. Your homework, should you choose to accept it, is to check out the resources on my website. There's also a video on there that talks about where you want to invest first and where you get your biggest bang for your buck. We've talked about it a little bit today, but no, that's an option as well. That link is up above this video. If you cannot find something on the website and you're wanting something, you're wanting a piece of advice, as long as it's not technical, because I'm not a technical person. But let me know. Message me, email me, however you want to get in touch with me, comment on this video, and I'm happy to dig up a link for you or make a recommendation or answer additional questions that you might have. So we started today talking about whether or not you could see the difference, hear the difference, whether or not an upgrade in your equipment really makes a difference. And I think we answered that today. I think it should be a resounding yes. You all told me you could see wows. I saw lots of wows. Oh my gosh, huge difference between what comes standard and integrated and upgrading these parts and pieces. So I think the answer is yes, you can see a difference. I think the answer to the question about whether or not it's worth it, I think yes. I think you're worth it. I think if it helps you feel better about yourself, improves your confidence, any of those things, all of that's good stuff. The only question I can't answer that you have to answer is when. When do you want to invest in this? How much money are you willing to spend? I wish I had an answer for you there, but you got to answer that for yourself. If you need tips or guidance or I can help in any way, let me know. That's what I'm here for. Okay, guys, I will let you go. This one went a little bit long, and normally I try to make these 30 minutes, so thanks for hanging in there with me all this time, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.